What's up, viewers? This is Football Fanatic 27 and I'm back with another video. And in this video I'm going to be sharing to you my personal top 5 best and top 5 worst teams at the FIFA 2022 World Cup. And I'm going to give a few honorable mentions to who I think was underrated or it did surprisingly well at the World Cup. But for now, let's get into it. So for my 5th place on the top worst teams at the World Cup, I got Costa Rica. And I'm not sure how many people will think about it, but to me, the reason why I have them on this list is because despite them having a win, they did end up having an embarrassing 7-0 defeat, the highest loss at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. They did bounce back and won against Japan to keep them in, because if they had lost that game, they would have been eliminated. But and they ended up losing to Germany 2-4, but it was a really good match. I wouldn't have wanted to put them at this. Well, actually not that. I just put them here again just because just how it went in their first match in this, but personally they were a good team. They almost made it to the round of 16. They were ahead of Germany for 3 minutes, and both them and Japan were heading through, but Germany came back against them. But personally, again, this is no disrespect to any team or anyone, no fans. I'm sorry, this is no disrespect to you guys or girls, but I just have them at this list, and I'm not sure if anyone would agree, but they're at 5th place for me. But I hope they can bounce back, because they did surprisingly well after their first game. But now on to the 5th best team. My 5th place for the best teams at the World Cup, I got Japan. And the reason why I have Japan, look at them. They got round of 16, but they won. They topped their group. They topped the group of death. They beat both Germany and Spain. And they did lose it to Costa Rica, but the whole journey that Japan had, this was just insane. They were one of my favorite teams that I watched at the World Cup. They did phenomenal to me. Personally, Mitoma, Duan, and Ano, I believe. If it's not Ano, please let me know in the comments who I accidentally said the wrong name. But Japan, this tournament, again, they were amazing. Again, they topped the group. They beat Germany and Spain, and in their game against Spain, they had 17% possession, and they won. That's a FIFA record, despite losing 1-1 on 3-1 in penalties against Croatia. I was upset about that, but really, Japan, you guys captured so many hearts. It was upsetting seeing you guys get eliminated, but really, hold your heads up high. You captured so many people's hearts. You have so many people around the world saying how great you guys were. So, they're 5th place for me. Now on to the 4th worst team in my opinion. I got Canada. And I wasn't going to put Canada on this list, but it started to come to me a little. But the reason why I have Canada at this list is this was their 2nd ever FIFA World Cup. The first one they got to was 1986, but they didn't score a goal there. This one they did manage to score their first ever goal, but they ended up losing all three of their group stage matches. It was pretty upsetting. Their game against Belgium, I feel like they should have won that one. They were the better team in my opinion, but their game against Croatia just came back out against them to show them that they're in charge, that they won it more. And then their game against Morocco, they almost came a little, but I think Morocco was just better in my opinion there. But Canada themselves, they had a great squad. They had a good team. I was excited to see them, but again, their whole I have them on here just because they lost all 3 of their games. It was pretty disappointing, because I'm sure a lot of people saw them as being one of the strongest CONCACAF contenders here, and I was pretty upset to see how it went down. But Canada is as we know, they're going to be hosting the next World Cup with USA and Mexico, but I see Canada making a better bounce at this one, so we'll see how it goes down. Now onto my fourth top best team in the FIFA World Cup for my list. I got Brazil. I got Brazil just because this squad was amazing. Like, we had Neymar, we had Vinicius Jr., we had Rodrigo, we had Richarlison. Like, this was an amazing squad they had. I thought they were gonna go all the way to the finals. Because I believe this was the squad for them. But like, as we know, Richarlison scored one heck of a scissor volley, and then like they got to the quarterfinals and faced Croatia. They ended up losing, but I had them up at this list just because like this was a new squad basically, and like they they had new young players. Like, they did very impressive in the group stage and the knockout stages. Like, they were a real great team. Like, they were just a well orthodox team. But Brazil themselves, like, again, great team. Like, they're definitely gonna make a bigger impact at the next World Cup. Now on to my third worst team on the list. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Germany. Sorry, this is a tough one, but Germany, like, again, like, do I even have to explain? They got knocked out. They got knocked out twice. They got knocked out again in the group stage, and they almost got through, but it was really embarrassing for them again for a second time. Like, they were World Cup champions in 2014, got last place in 2018 in their group stage, and now they got eliminated again in the group stage. So they had some good players, but just Japan just played better than them. Their game against Spain, they came out because they really needed to wake up there. But their game against Costa Rica, that was where they needed the group. They needed a better goal difference, but since Spain had a bigger win, like, they needed what Germany really needed. They needed Japan to lose, really, but Japan said we're not going out. We're finishing this. We're going to win this game. We're getting to the next round. But Germany themselves, in their game against Costa Rica, they had a lot of chances. It just got unlucky for them. But as we know, they were down 2-1 against Costa Rica, and at that moment when they were down, Costa Rica and Japan were both going through. But Germany then quickly came back to their senses, and then they won 4-2. But really, just how it went down for them, it was really upsetting. Like, I'm sure for German fans, just like seeing how, like, because it's just a new low, in my opinion, that they got knocked out twice. But they need to do something with their team. They need to do something, because their game against Costa Rica, like, I would have thought they would have come out there and destroyed them. But Costa Rica, no, we're fighting for that spot. But I mean, there it is. Germany's on my third place for me. But on to my third place best team at the World Cup. I got Morocco, and I'm an underdog fan, but Morocco, you guys, you really knocked it out of the park. Like, knocked it out of the stadium, actually. Like, becoming the first African and Arab team to make it to a semi-final of a FIFA World Cup. Like, you guys deserve a great spot in this, really. I mean, you guys topped the group stage. You hadn't conceded one goal. Like, you only conceded an own goal, but it was not, no one had scored, like, directly from the team. But you guys beat Spain in penalties, and then you beat Portugal 1-0 and end the series. Great jump there. I mean, your performances, like, whole wide was amazing. Like, I have no words what to say. Like, I mean, one of the best, like, I didn't, here's what I'm gonna say. Like, I did not think Morocco was gonna make it the semifinals. Out of all of them, they were my fourth or fifth pick out of all of them. I would have thought it would have been Ghana or Senegal. But Morocco, like, you proved it, so many people, your change. Like, I mean, I was so impressed. Like, I mean, I cheered for you guys. Your game against France, too, despite losing 2-0, you guys did stunning. Like, I mean, like, hey, you got fourth out of 32 teams at the World Cup. I mean, hold your heads high. You've captured so many hearts. I mean, you guys are definitely the big change for Africa. Like, I mean, African football and Asian football is on a rise right now. I'm excited to see it. But Morocco themselves, like, you guys, amazing job. That's why you're on my top list, and I'm sure so many other people would agree with me. Like, you guys did amazing. But at number 2, for my worst place team, I'm gonna go with, well, actually not go with it. It's Belgium. Belgium, they got eliminated, had 4 points, 1 win, but this was really the last chance for the golden generation, and a lot of people have said that. Their game against Canada, that should have been Canada's, in my opinion, and I'm sure some others. Their game against Morocco, Morocco just came there. Great free kick goal, I believe. I think one of the players got a touch to it before it went in. I don't know. I think that's what it said, but then against Croatia, I'm sure we all know this. They tied 0-0. Like, they had a lot of chances. Lukaku, he missed a few, but literally, like, it was just a tough game. Like, Lukaku, you came close, you did good, just got unlucky. It happens to a lot of us, but really, like, I'm sure a lot of people, like, you guys, Belgium came in 3rd place from the last World Cup. They were ranked number 2 out of FIFA before the World Cup, but they got knocked down the group stage, and I'm sure, like, that's really upsetting. But this was really the last chance for the golden generation, but it just didn't seem like Belgium was a compacted team to me. But that's why they're on my list. Just it just did not work out well for them. But on to my second top 5 teams at the World Cup. This is a really tough one, but I'm gonna go France. Like, and please do not, any French fans, like, do not be mad at me for this, but France, I'm not a France fan, but they are definitely an amazing team. Like, they have so many great players. I mean, Giroud, Mbappe, like, Varane, I believe. Like, this was crazy. I was wondering if there was going to be another World Cup curse, but you guys didn't. You guys did not go out this time. You guys got to the World Cup finals again. But, I mean, your whole performance throughout the World Cup was amazing. Like, I mean, all your games were perfect. From Australia to Denmark to Tunisia to Poland to England to Morocco and then to Argentina in the World Cup final. You guys are definitely one of the best teams worldwide. Like, I'm shocked that you guys still did amazing. But France really, again, like, look at France themselves. They won the World Cup, but they got to the World Cup final again despite losing in the finals. They had 2 losses, one to Tunisia. But really, like, France, this again, like, they proved again that World Cup champions can get to the World Cup again. They won't always go out of the group stage. But France, congratulations to you. You guys did amazing, and your match against Argentina was the greatest finals I've ever witnessed, and I'm sure is considered the greatest final at a FIFA World Cup. Now, I'm going to give a few honorable mentions to some teams who I feel like were underrated or did well at this World Cup. So I think I'll do 3 or 4, but my first honorable mention is Ghana. Ghana, despite getting last in their group, all their games in the group stage were insane. Lost 2-3 to Portugal, still did amazing. Won 3-2 against South Korea, insane game, but lost 2-0 against Uruguay. But I was upset that they lost there. But hey, Ghana, at least you got revenge. You took Uruguay down with them. You did not let them go through. Like, congratulate yourselves. Like, kudos. Like, I mean, Ayo, Ziggy, like, you guys did amazing. Like, Ghana, personally, I feel like they deserved it around a 16 spot. They were the youngest squad there, but they're one of my honorable mentions. My next honorable mention is Australia, and I'm sure a lot of people I heard a lot of people saying that they wouldn't get to the round 16, that they would have gone bottom last in their group. They were wrong. I was wrong too. I didn't expect Australia to make it, but you guys got 2nd place. You got 6 points. Like, and you only lost 2-1 to Australia. Like, you guys did amazing. Like, I mean, like amazing performance, like it better than it 2006. Well, Australia was robbed in that one against Italy, but again, like you guys got to round 16. I'm sure a lot of people didn't think you'd get there, but I mean, I'm I was very impressed with you guys. Like, I mean, you beat Denmark in that, and you scored first against France. I was shocked with that. But they're my second honorable mention. My third honorable mention is Cameroon. And despite going out in the group stage as well, like they beat Brazil. Like if Serbia had to, again, like if Serbia had won by one goal more than Switzerland, Cameroon would have gone through on goal difference. Like Abu Bakar, like one of the best players this year. Like, I mean, like your goal against Brazil, shockwaves. Like, I'm a Brazil fan, but I'm an underdog fan, and I was so happy for you guys scoring the goal. Like, you becoming the first African team to beat Brazil at a World Cup. But Cameroon this year, like, I feel like they would have put on a better match against Portugal than Switzerland. And let me think. So for my fourth and final honorable mention, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna put them down there, just really because like they beat Argentina. Everyone thought they were going to lose against Argentina. I did too, but Saudi Arabia, like literally, this may like you. I was cheering for you guys at the last 5 minutes just to get that underdog win, and I was happy because again, like an underdog beats like a big team. Like I'll always root for the underdogs. But Saudi Arabia, you guys did well, and I know you guys got eliminated at bottom last, but hold your heads high. You guys did amazing. Like, I mean, I can't remember the head coach now for him. Well, the former head coach, but he did really well. The halftime speech he did, amazing. But Al Dawarsi, I believe, great second goal, and the two other Saudi players who scored the goals, great job. I hope the guy who got injured in his face on your team is doing better. But now on to my top one teams for both best and worst. For number one, my spot for the worst team at this World Cup, Denmark. I'm not sure what people will think. I'm sure a lot of people would say why isn't it number one like Canada or Qatar? The reason why I have Denmark here at number one is because they came in, like, I believe they would have gone through to the next round. They had a great team. They had a great Euro run. They got semifinals. And that's really why I have them at number one. It was a huge letdown, and I'm sure to a lot of other fans, like, I mean, you tied Tunisia. That was just a tough game. Like, Tunisia came close, but then you lost to France 1-2. You tied Tunisia 0-0, but then Australia came and beat you guys 1-0. Like, I don't know how you guys scored against France, but it was just a bad performance at this World Cup. Like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will probably agree with me. I'm not sure if they will, but Denmark, like, this is just my opinion again, but it was just an underwhelming performance because coming from a team who was having a good, who was building up again. They had a great Euro, but they're at number one. That's why I had them there. But at number one for my for the top best team at the FIFA 2022 World Cup, Argentina. And it may sound a little biased because they won the World Cup, but I mean, look at the run they had. They lost their opening game to Saudi Arabia, but then they came back against Mexico and Poland. Then they made it all the way to the finals. They almost messed up against the Netherlands and France, but they kept their heads they kept their senses in. They kept it going through. But shout out to Emi Martinez for making that leg save. I mean, that was the save of the century. Like, he's really the reason why Argentina won that World Cup. That would have been the last kick of the game. But Argentina themselves, Messi, one of the best World Cups you have ever played. I mean, Julian Alvarez, amazing. McAllister, Lautaro Martinez, everyone else, like, you guys did amazing. And Lionel Scaloni, youngest head coach at the World Cup this year, amazing job. Like, I mean, I was so happy you guys won. Like, give a shout out to you guys. You were bosses at this World Cup. You did amazing. The whole run was insane. But that concludes it for this video. Please let me know what you think of this video. Let me know your thoughts on who you think it was the best or worst teams or underrated teams. I will see you guys in the next video.